right there to take care of it. Set on up to Cook. Isaac Andrews, a Prince. Down to Andrews. Gets it down court. The shot is up. Yes! And Westell, you're greatly appreciated. Baker here for three. Knocks out pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. That's going to be pretty good season. That's a high fly ball. Deep there in the left field. And it's going to be gone! Paul P. Dan Fisher. Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com. Here from beautiful Raider Field here in Selma, Indiana, here for tonight's varsity boys baseball game between the visiting Eastern Hancock Royals, 3-7 on the season, currently 1-3 in the MEC Conference, as they will be taking on your 5-4-1 Wapahani Raiders, currently 1-2 in the MEC Conference play. Again, as always, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We thank you all for tuning in and spending your Thursday night here with us, the April 20th of 2023. As we get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame show, presented by Kenshaw Properties, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So Wapahani, winners of their last two games. They had a doubleheader there on this past Saturday, in which they split a doubleheader against Northeastern. Lost game one, won game two, and then last night was on the road at Centerville, in which the Raiders won that one by a final score of 5-1. So looking to keep this winning streak going here tonight against an Eastern Hancock team that, again, on the season, below 500, but today's a brand new day. Today's a brand new day to play baseball and to get better. When you look at Wapahani right now, again, hovering right there, right around 500. Not a great start to the season, but still you're above 500. Now hopefully we can start to really kick it into high gear here and start to establish a winning streak and some momentum and some confidence. I think, not saying that these guys have lost confidence by any means, because I'm not saying that at all. But, obviously when you win, makes things a lot easier. It's very helpful, just from the standpoint of giving you a boost that you desperately need, give you that confidence, the swagger and the momentum going into every game, knowing that you have a great chance to win. And, and when you start getting things rolling here, which, I think you can start to see a little bit here the last few games. Again, I know that we've won those games, but, it's so important to have production 1 through 9. You have to have the pitching, the defense, the base running know-how. There's a lot that goes on in a game of baseball that you've got to perform at a very, very high level. And if you don't, then you're going to give yourself a good chance to get beat. And, that's where sometimes some of our problems have happened here in the early stages of this season. So, again, coming out here tonight, you want to defend your home field. This is a big MEC conference game. We've already lost 2 conference games, so we can't afford to lose any more. And we've got to play to our potential. And our potential is very high. Like I said, a great group of young men here, but they're just trying to figure out their way, and hopefully they're starting to do that. And hopefully they will continue that once again here tonight and continue their winning ways that they have been able to do the last couple times around here. So looking forward to what will hopefully be a great night of Wapahani Raider baseball. Again, the field obviously looks beautiful as always. Just truly a great night for some Wapahani Raider baseball here this evening. So make sure to stick around here with us. We'll have more to come here on your Raiders Live pregame show presented by Kenshaw Properties here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. right, folks, again, welcome back here to our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Kinshaw Properties, a proud sponsor here of the WHS Network. So, again, just some final thoughts here. Again, Wapahani winners last night on the road at Centerville. They've always had a really nice baseball program there. Great pitching outing there from Gavin Lash. Starting to see some good timely hitting as well here on offense. And that's what I've kind of alluded to earlier. Hopefully we're starting to see your Raiders start to come to life here a little bit. Not only offensively, but pitching, feeding off of one another, making great defensive plays. Again, just making the routine plays. Making sure you're catching the ball, throwing the ball the right way, and not really hurting yourself. Those are some of the biggest parts of the game that can affect the biggest as far as outcome-wise. And not only that, but base running. So all key facets of the game, we've got to perform at a high level once again here tonight, just like any other night. But a good win last night. Hopefully we can piggyback off of that and have an even better outing coming up here tonight. Again, we have Nate Luce on the rubber here for your Wapahani Raiders. So make sure to stick around here, folks. Again, we'll have tonight's starting lineups, the national anthem, and tonight's first pitch. Again, here from beautiful Raider Field, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
All right, folks, welcome back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Here as we take a look here at tonight's starting lineup here for the visiting team, the Eastern Hancock Royals. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 4, Colton Dishman. Batting second, the first baseman, Chase Stewart. And the 3 spot, the pitcher, number 19, C.J. Titra. Batting fourth, playing third base, number 9, Hayden Rouse. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 2, Carson Borden. And the 6th spot, left fielder, number 6, Caleb Johnson. And batting seventh, second baseman, number 5, Caleb Rutherford. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 16, Luke Fletcher. He'll be hitting for the catcher, number 12, Connor Whitgren. And then batting ninth and playing right field, number 7, Wyatt Arnold. Again, Chad Kokenhauer is the head coach here for the Eastern Hancock Royals. Again, the Raiders defensively here this evening look like this. Out in left field, that's going to be Ian McClellan. And center is Joe Foster. Over and right is Carter Noble. Around the horn here in the infield here, we have Clay Eastep at third, Gavin Lash at short, Daxton Dudley at second, and Landon Weller over at first. And then your battery mates here, we have Nate Luce on the rubber here tonight. And behind home plate there, calling the signs, will be Quentin James. So again, that is tonight's defensive alignment here for your Wapahani Raiders as we're just about set to get tonight's game underway again here from beautiful Raider Field. We're glad you all can tune in and join us here this evening. Again, been a really great day, and hoping to back that up with a really nice evening here of Raider baseball, and hopefully can come away with a win as Colton Dishman is set to lead things off here in just a moment. So Dishman will step in here for the first pitch of tonight's ball game. Again, pulling double duty here tonight. I'm doing the PA announcing and the broadcasting, so every now and again you're going to hear my volume kind of cut in and out a little bit. But nonetheless, we are ready for baseball here tonight, as tonight's first pitch will be here at 5:40 p.m. here on this Thursday, April the 20th of 2023. As it's quickly 1-0 here on Colton Dishman. Here's the pitch. Catching the outside corner, painting the black right there was Nate Luce. So an even count here of a ball and a strike. That's going to miss low and away. So 2 balls and a strike here on Colton Dishman, followed by Chase Stewart and then C.J. Tara. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Lash will collect, throw on the first, and that will be the opening play of the game right here. A 6-3 put out right there for out number 1. That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 24, Chase Stewart. So Stewart will step in again here with 1 away here in the inning. Luce will look on in there and fires away. Swung on and missed. 0-1 here on Stewart. Yeah, I believe this might be the first time Luce has pitched this season. I don't know that with 100% certainty, but I'm pretty confident in that statement right there. Quickly 0-2 now. So Stewart's got himself in a little bit of a bind. Luce looking to put him away right here. Again, Eastep playing even with the bag down here at third base. Here's the pitch. Gets him swinging. James will make the throw down to first, and that will complete the deal right there for out number 2, getting the strike out there of Stewart. So 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to bring up the pitcher, number 19, C.J. Tara. So Tatar will step in here. Luce looking to go 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the inning. And fires that one right on in there, and that one's going to miss just low for a ball. 1-0 here on Tatara. And as I mentioned earlier, the Raiders winners last night over the Centerville Bulldogs. As that's popped there in the center field, Foster under it and will make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. So a nice clean inning of work to start off the night here for Nate Luce. 3 up, 3 down go the Royals here in the top half. As we head to the bottom half, the first, make sure to stick around here with us here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, folks, welcome back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. We'll go ahead and take a look here at tonight's starting lineup here for your Wapahani Raiders. Leading off in pitching, number 7, Nate Luce. Batting second, the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 17, Paul Fisher. He'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 12, Carter Noble. And a cleanup spot, that's the second baseman, number 10, Daxton Dudley. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 14, Landon Weller. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 11, Joe Foster. Batting seventh and catching, number 20, Quentin James. In the eighth spot, playing third base, number 15, Clay Eastep. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 9, Ian McClellan. Again, your Raiders coached by Brian Dudley, assisted by Jonathan Riddle, as well as Josh Chateau and Andrew Walker. So again, that is tonight's starting lineup here for your Wapahani Raiders. Again, we're just about set here to begin the bottom half of the first inning. Can greatly appreciate you all for tuning in. So Luce will start us off here this evening, followed by Gavin Lash, Paul Fisher, Daxton Dudley, and hopefully we'll get further in that in the lineup here in the bottom half of the first inning, as that is quickly 1-0 here on Luce. Chop here to the third base side, that is going to get foul to even a count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Luce here on the season, batting .333, 10 of 30 with 9 runs scored. So he's doing his part from the leadoff spot. That's going to fall just inside there for ball 2. Get on the season as a team, Wapahani hitting .289. As that one's going to pretty much nail itself right into the ground right there. Spike that one right there was Tatara. So now the count here at 3-1. But the Raiders only 2 home runs on the season so far, but 42 ribeye stakes, 53 runs scored. And a heck of an on-base percentage right now, .289. There's Nate Luce reaches base there on a leadoff walk to bring to the plate the shortstop Gavin Lash. So Gavin Lash will step in here. We do have a courtesy runner down at first base. That's going to be number 4, Daniel Blevins. So he's on at first. Still nobody out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Tatar will come to the set and the pitch. And that nearly hit him. Blevins will go ahead and take off for second rather easily. So high and inside, a little chin music there for Lash. And Paul Fisher waits on deck. Great opportunity right from the get-go here for Wapahani. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to sail high for ball 2. Again, Lash here on the season, .281 batter, 9 of 32 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Pair of doubles, also 5 runs scored. And had a great evening last night on the mound as well. So the count now stands at 2 balls and a strike. Getting Blevins out there at second base with a pretty decent lead. Here's the pitch. and threw behind Lash that time. So Tatara having all kinds of control troubles right now. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Tatara will come to the set and a pitch. And that's going to be spiked into the dirt again, and Blevins will go ahead and head on to third as well. So a pair of walks to begin the ball game. Again, Blevins at third, Lash at first, and Paul Fisher now at the plate. So as I alluded to a few moments ago there, again, a great opportunity here for the Raiders to get on the board early. Got a couple runners on base already. Lash out there at first, Blevins at third. The pitch to Fisher, and that's going to hit him. So Tatara having all kinds of problems. He's got a laundry list of problems right now as the bases are tanked for the second baseman, Daxton Dudley. And that's laced down the left field line. First pitch swinging right there is Dudley. So quickly 0-1. Dudley here on the season leading the team in RBIs and also second on the team in average. 353 batter with 10 RBIs. And that's going to be lined right there to the second baseman. So tough one right there for Dudley. Well struck ball, but that's going to be an out nonetheless. And so 1 out here in the inning. Now with the first baseman, Landon Weller, stepping in. And that's going to get by the third baseman in the left field. Here comes Lash motoring around second. And he'll be in there safely standing up, as that's going to be a 2 ribeye stake single right there for Landon Weller to give the Raiders a 2-0 lead. Outstanding piece of hit, and you love the aggressiveness early in the at-bat to give the Raiders here a 2-0 start. So 1-0 the count here to start things off here on Foster. And Weller has been very hot here of late. Glad to see him continue that here tonight so far. Shows bunt, and that's going to catch the outside corner right there for a called strike. So again, Weller at first. Fisher at second, Foster at the plate with 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 2. Got Quentin James and Clay Eastep to follow. Here's the 2-1 offering. That one's going to fall low. And so, again, a great hitter's count right here for Foster, and exactly the place you want to be at right here if you're Wapahani to potentially just really kick the door in early right here. I mean, yeah, you're off to a 2-0 start, but things could get really ugly quick if the Raiders have their way right here. So swung on and missed right there. Now 3-2 the count here on Joe. Tatara will get his signs and a payoff pitch. Gets him swinging for strike 3. So big second out right there for Tatara. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 20, Quentin James. So James steps in here, 2 away, 2 on here in the bottom half of the first, as that is in there for a called strike. And James, well, there are not too many at-bats on the season. I believe he's Had right around 7 at-bats on the year, so not much in the way of experience at the plate, especially coming in here as a freshman. So now with 2 strikes on him, got to protect and hopefully find a sweet part of the bat on that baseball and serve it out there in some open real estate, as that's going to fall outside of, we have a double steal right there with Weller and Fisher. And that's going to be popped up there in the shallow left field. The shortstop goes back and will make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. But the Raiders do play a couple runs here in the bottom half of the first inning, as they get 2 runs here on 1 hit, also no errors, and 2 left on. We will head to the top half of the second. It is Wapahani 2, Eastern Hancock 0, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to Raider Baseball here on the WHS Network. Again, a 2-0 start here for Wapahani to open up tonight's ball game after the 2 RBI single from Landon Weller to get this party started here tonight. Again, a good performance so far there from Nate Luce there in the top half of the ball game. 3 up, 3 down, had a strikeout there in the top half of the first, and looking to have that same kind of inning right here in the second, as the Royals will start off here with the 3rd baseman, number 9, Hayden Rouse, at the plate. So the first pitch will sail just a bit high there for a quickly 1-0 count here on Rouse, followed by Carson Borden and Caleb Johnson. There's a 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Swung right on through that one. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right down Broadway right there, but blew it right on by him. So the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lewis will look in there to James. And a 2-2 pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off. So the home plate umpire will give James a little bit of a breather there. And fouling that one off his face mask. And we got Chris Snyder calling the balls and strikes there behind home plate today. 2-2 pitch. Misses outside for ball 3. So the count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count here on Rouse. Here's the payoff pitch. He gone. So that is out number 1 as Rouse will go down on strikes. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 2, Carson Borden, here for the Royals. So Borden will step in here with 1 away here in the top half of the second. And that's in there for a called strike here from Luce. That's what you want to see right here. I mean, you know, you got a little bit behind there to begin the at-bat there to Rouse just a batter ago, but you like your pitcher getting ahead. You don't want him to fall behind and really start putting himself in a position where the hitter has the advantage. So you really like to see that out of your pitcher right here. It's been a good start here so far for Nate, as that one's going to go low and away for ball 2. And you got really quite the young tandem right here. Again, a sophomore pitcher here, Nate Luce, and a freshman catcher here in Quentin James. But definitely nice sign for the future, I'll tell you that much. So the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on, and the pitch. Gone on strikes is Borden, as Lewis will sit down the first 2 via the strikeout. And that's going to bring up the left fielder, number 6, Caleb Johnson. So Johnson starting his off here with swatting flies, 0-1. Again, Luce working very quickly. Also, another key component right here, being rhythm, keeping the hitters off balance, and staying right through a routine right here. I mean, Luce gets the ball right back, gets right back on the rubber, and is quickly reared and ready to go. A little dribbler here to the first base side. Luce will pick it up, step on first, and that's going to do it here for the top half the second inning. So quickly down goes the Royals, 3 up and 3 down, as the Royals get no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll head to the bottom half the second. Wapahani 2, Eastern Hancock 0 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, welcome back again here, baseball fans, to our next only real estate game break. In Wapahani 2, Eastern Hancock 0, as we'll lead things off here in the top or bottom half of the second inning here with the third baseman Clay Eastep. So Eastep will lead off this second inning, followed by Ian McClellan and Nate Luce. So the first pitch here from Tatar will be low for a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be fouled back and out of play. So quickly, 1 ball and 1 strike here on the Raider third baseman. 2-1. Or 1-1, sorry, because that one will be swung on and missed. Now 1-2. That's going to be popped up and foul ground. Will there be enough room? There will not be. That's going to head out of play. So Eastep will stay alive here in the at-bat. Again, 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here for Wapahani here in the home half the second. Looking to find his way on base and keep things rolling here on offense for Wapahani. Shot out there in the center field. A tough go of it right there, as the second baseman will not get there in time to make the play, and the center fielder was playing too far deep. So that lands in there for a leadoff single here for Clay Estep to begin the second. That's what we like to see. So now we'll have the left fielder, number 9, Ian McClellan. McClellan puts the bunt down the third base line. Definitely had a little something behind that one. Want to kind of deaden the ball a little bit there as a batter. So 0-1 the count. Estep at first. Here's a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Yet again, another opportunity here for Wapahani to at least move this runner up right here. Let's see if McClellan's able to do so. As we'll see that one fall outside here for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. You just want to put the ball in play. Got to be productive. That's going to be high and inside, so an even count. Now of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here on the Raider left fielder. Nate Luce to follow. And the pitch will be low for ball 3. So nicely done so far here for McClellan. Again, found himself in the hole, 0-2. Has worked it back now full. And the payoff pitch from Tatara will sail high and inside for ball 4. So 4 consecutive balls right there from Tatara after being ahead 0-2. A big miscue right there and puts the Raiders now in a great position here at first and second and nobody out. So Nate Luce steps in, and I'm assuming that hit the catcher. I don't know if that bounced and then ricocheted off of his shin guard or what. That definitely was like a rocket heading over there to the third base dugout. So 1-0 the count. Again, a wild pitch advanced Estep and McClellan. So again, a great hitter's count here for Nate Luce. Again, walked and scored a run there in the bottom half of the first. Ground ball here to the shortstop. His play will be at first, and didn't quite get it over there, but got the friendly bounce right there into the first baseman's mitt there for out number 1. As the Raiders put another run up on the board right here to make this a 3-0 lead. So Lash will step in here with 1 out and 1 on. In there for a called strike. Quickly 0-1 here on Gavin. You got Estep scored there on the play. The RBI there to Luce. Helping his own cause. McClellan at second with good speed out there. Taking off for third, and that one skipped right on by the catcher. So he had that base stolen either way right there, because they definitely were not getting him. So a stolen base for McClellan. He's now down at third. The count of 1 ball and 1 strike here on Gavin Lash. Again, he walked, also scored a run there in the first. And a pop up there in a shallow right field. That potentially could get it done. Here comes McClellan right on home. The throw is offline. And credit Gavin Lashner with a sacrifice RBI to give the Raiders a 4-0 lead. Great job right there of just being productive. That was a great productive out right there. So Paul Fisher will now step in with 2 away in here in the bottom half of the second. Again, now 4 RBIs on the season here for Gavin Lash. And that's going to be laced there in the right center field. The right fielder gets over there to cut it off, and that's going to be a 2-out single here for Fisher. to give the Raiders another base runner right here to keep this inning going now, with the second baseman Daxton Dudley stepping up to home plate. The pitch here from Tatara outside, and Fisher will be in there safely at second with a stolen base. So 1-0 the count here on Daxton. You have Landon Weller to follow right after Daxton. We'll see if we get that far or not. That's the plan anyway. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 2. Again, Dudley lined out to the second baseman back in the first inning. Nice hard hit liner right there, caught. With the bases loaded there in the bottom half of the first. Here's the 2-0. And that's going to fall low for ball 3. And Tatar will step back off the rubber. Again, you got Fisher at second base, Dudley at the plate. Here's a pitch. And that's in there on the outside corner for a called strike, 3-1. So obviously now you got the green light. I'm not sure if Dudley had the green light that last pitch or not right there, but definitely does so now. Here's a pitch. And he'll foul that one back. So a full count here of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here on the Raiders' second baseman. Here's the payoff pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 4, as Fisher will go ahead and take third base. Another stolen base right there. And Dudley now on at first with another walk. And the first baseman, Landon Weller, now at home plate. So Weller steps in 1 for 1 here on the night. Had a 2 RBI single there in the top or bottom half of the first inning. So quickly 0-1 here on Weller. Again, Wapahani's already plated 2 runs here in the second inning, but threatening for more. Pick off to first. So he'll be back in there safely. Another pick off, and he is out. So Dudley caught sleeping over there at first. That's going to end the inning here in the bottom half of the second, but the Raiders put 2 more runs up on the board as they get 2 runs here on 2 hits, also no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the third. Wapahani 4, Eastern Hancock 0, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the WHS Network. Top of the third inning as Rutherford will lead things off here. Caleb Rutherford, that is, with a line out there to the shortstop. So quickly one down here to begin the visiting half the third inning. And that one's going to be low for a ball. Quickly 1-0 here on the designated hitter number 16, Luke Fletcher. And number 8 hitter in the order, followed by Wyatt Arnold. Swung on and missed. Strike one. So Fletcher, again in a bind right here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 1 out here in the inning. And a pitch. That's going to be low and outside. So the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out and nobody on. Loose gets the signs from James and the pitch. And a fly ball there in the left field. McClellan comes on and will make the catch for out number 2. And now that will bring up the right fielder number 7, Wyatt Arnold, here with 2 away. So Arnold looking to find his way on base. Obviously, Nate Luce has other ideas. So far, so good here for Nate here in inning number 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball low right there as Arnold didn't chase that one. There's the 1-1 offering. That's going to be low and away for ball 2. So again, Nate continues to work quick right here. So he gets back on the rubber. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Lash will collect. Throw on to first. And he will get him right there for the third and final out of the inning. So a nice clean slate right here for Nate Luce. 3 up, 3 down go the Royals here in the top half of the third inning, as they get no runs here on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We will head now to the bottom half of the third. Again, it's Wapahani 4, Eastern Hancock 0 here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. Here as we begin the bottom half of the third inning. Quickly, want to know the count here on Landon Weller, as that will be now ball 2 as that one falls low. Again, Landon, 1 for 1 here on the night. two RBI single there in the bottom half of the first inning. As Tatara continues to have a little bit of trouble here in this at bat to start off the inning. 3 consecutive balls right here. So we'll see if he can find his way in this at bat all the way back right here, or let's see if Weller can find his way aboard. And that one's going to be spiked into the ground again. So that will be a leadoff walk here to Landon Weller. He's been on base both times he's been at the plate. And now we'll have the center fielder, number 11, Joe Foster, now at the plate. So Foster steps in. 0 for 1 on the night, struck out swinging in the first. Shows bunt, will get the bunt down, but foul down the third base line. Quickly 0-1. So again, the Raiders, all 3 innings so far, have gotten the leadoff hitter on base. Hopefully that's a good omen for things here in the third. Tatara with the pitch. Foster brings the bat back. So that one's going to be outside there for ball 1. Quentin James to follow. And then Clay Eastep and then Ian McClellan. Tatara will come to the set again, continuing glance over there at first as he'll make a pickoff throw over there at first base. Again caught Daxton Dudley there to end that second inning. That was a little bit of a unfortunate series of events right there, but still, again, the Raiders was able to put a couple runs up there on the board and looking to do the same thing at least here in the bottom half of the third inning. The throw down to second won't be in time. So a stolen base here for Landon Weller. Again, not necessarily known for his big-time speed. Definitely has some wheels. And he showed them off right there. Here's the 2-1. In there for a ball. And that's going to be laced there in the center field. And that's going to get down in there. Weller will stay put at third. And so a single here from Foster will give the Raiders runners on the corners with still nobody out here in the top, the third or bottom half of the third inning. So now that's going to bring up Quentin James. So James, first time up, popped it up to the shortstop to end the first inning. But looking to change his fortunes here in this bottom half of third, as that's going to be low and inside for a 1-0 count. Again, as I had mentioned earlier, James, as well as Eastep, they haven't had a lot of at-bats on the season so far. But, getting some playing time right here as far as at-bat-wise is going to be extremely crucial for the maturation experience level. Ground ball, and that's going to get by the third baseman. Here comes Foster to third. Nobody's even covering third base. And so that's going to be an RBI single. Nice piece of hitting right there by Quentin James, as they'll just trade places right here with still nobody out here in the inning. That's a fine piece of hitting right there by the young man. So again, Weller scores, and now Clay Eastep at the plate. So again, the RBI single there for James, his first of the season. Foster moves over to third, James at first, and Eastep at the plate. And the pitch from Tatara will be low and away for ball 1. And again, these two pitchers again, completely different in the sense of working from behind and working ahead. Tatara, at least, for a good majority of the hitters here this evening, again, no knock on him here. It's just factual information. He's been behind on a lot of the batters, so you're pretty much feeding right into the hitter's hands. Whereas Nate Luce, on the other hand, he's getting ahead of these guys and putting them in a hole early, as James will take off for second. That'll be a stolen base. So 2-1 the count. James now at second. Pair of runners out there in scoring position now for Clay. Swung on and missed, now strike two. But again, very important, I think, to recognize that, though, how these pitchers, how they're going about things, how they're going about their work. And, again, one just fell a little bit behind where, again, as Nate hasn't done that so far this evening. And they're saying that Clay did not go on the swing. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now, full count here on Clay. We've had some good defense behind Luce as well here this evening. Hopefully that will continue. The payoff pitch, and Estep will get struck out via the swing right there, but ends up reaching first base after the wild pitch, and another run comes on home to score. So again, James at third now, and Estep first, and McClellan out to plate. And that one fouled off there off the end of the bat there of Ian McClellan. So quickly 0-1 here on Ian. Again, drew a walk. Also stole a base and scored a run there in the bottom half of the second. So again, Ian in the hole here, 0-2. Runners on the corners, nobody out. And that's going to get the job done right there. Fine piece of hitting right there, 2-strike approach. Just putting the bat on the baseball and floats it right on out there to left center field. And that will get the Raiders another run to make this 7-0. So now Nate Luce steps in with 2 on and nobody out. And that's going to also get into left field. Estep takes off for third. He will be in there in time. Another hit here for Wapahani as the Raiders just keep on keeping on here in the bottom half of the third. And we're going to have a mound visit right here, as we'll also have Daniel Blevins now coming to run there for Nate Luce at first. So we'll take a quick pause in the action right here. 7-0 Wapahani here on the WHS Network. All right, so the mound visit over with. We've got the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Lash at the plate. And the bases right now are juiced, by the way. And that's quickly 1-0 here on Lash. Again, not exactly the part of the order you want to be having issues with as far as base runners, because they will make you pay. Swung on and missed, now strike two. So again, Eastep at third, McClellan at second, Blevins at first. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right on out there to right center field, and that should clear the bases. Blevins motoring around second. Here comes McClellan around third. Blevins will go ahead and stay put there at third base, and that's going to be a two ribeye double right there for Gavin Lash. Oh, heck yes. The Raiders continue to pile on and now take a 9-0 lead. Paul Fisher now steps in. And now that's out to center field, and that's going to get down for another hit. Only one run will score right there, and Blevins. Fisher takes off for second. Holy Moses. And the Royals, unfortunately for them, still don't have an out. So 10-0 Wapahani. Popped up behind home plate. The catcher has got some room and will not make the catch. So we got 0-1 here on Daxton Dudley. And that's going to be outside air for ball one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And still nobody out. Here's the pitch. High and inside for ball 3. Popped up first base side. That is in foul territory, and he will make the catch for out number 1. So now, first baseman number 14, Landon Weller, back up. He's the one that all started this here in the bottom half of third. And a line shot right on by the shortstop. Fisher motoring around third. That got by the left fielder. And so another 2 RBI double this time here for Landon Weller as the Raiders keep on piling on. That is now I believe the 11th hit of the night here for Wapahani. 12th run overall. Goodness. Now batting Joe Foster. Another opportunity here for Joe to tack on here for Wapahani and collect on an RBI. So an even count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw down to third will not be in time. So that's going to be a stolen base here for Weller. Third stolen base actually here on the night for Landon. Foster will step back in. And a 2-1 pitch. High and inside for ball 3. And that's going to be another walk. And so, again, Wapahani will have runners on the corners. And we're going to have a pitching change now for Eastern Hancock. And so that's going to do it here for Tatara. Rough outing there for the young man. But nonetheless, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. Again, a pitching change here for Eastern Hancock. Wapahani 12, Eastern Hancock 0.
Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have two choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. The Indiana Criminal Justice Institute wants to remind you that choices matter. Click it to live it.
All right, folks, welcome back again following the pitching change. Austin Brown now on the mound here for the Royals. Again, Tatara moved over to third base, and then Rouse, the third baseman, moved over to second. So again, the second baseman, that was Caleb Rutherford. He's now out of the game. So nothing into the count here on James. And the pitch, skied back and out of play. And that one's going to be another one fouled back. So James staying alive, as the old Saturday Night Fever song goes. And you got Foster at first, Weller at third. Still only one away. Here's the pitch. And swung on and missed strike 3 for out number 2. So Quentin James will go down on strikes for the second out, and that will bring up the third baseman, Clay Eastep. Pitch here from Brown, just a bit outside for ball 1. skied there on the third base side. That's going to get foul and out of play. So 1 ball and 1 strike here on E-Step. Here's the pitch. That's going to sail behind him. That ain't the first time that's happened. So 2 balls and a strike. McClellan and waits on deck. And a pitch outside for ball 3. And Wapahani has scored 8 runs here in the inning. Looking for more, as that's going to fall low and away for ball 4, and that's going to reload the bases with Ian McClellan now to plate. So E-Step's been on base 3 times. In there for a called strike. Quickly 0-1 here on McClellan. Been on base both times so far here tonight. Drew a walk, scored a run, also stole a base there in the second, and then singled and scored a run in the third, which obviously we're still in. Been tough sledding here for the Royals here in this third inning. And that's going to hit McClellan, so that's going to score another run here for Wapahani. McClellan had to get one the hard way, but he got the RBI nonetheless. And now we're right back to the top of the order here in Nate Luce. The Raiders already here with 7 hits here in the inning, looking for number 8 right here, and the ball will pop loose. So 2 more runs will come on home to score, as that's going to be a 2 RBI single there for Luce. So Foster scored and E-Step. And now Gavin Last steps in at the plate. So Lash will step in here. Again, a couple runners on base, first and second, 2 away. And outside for ball 1. Or pardon me, ball 2. And now 3-0 the count here from Brown. Getting 15-0's your score. The pitch. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk here to Lash. And all that's going to do is reload the bases. So McClellan at third, Luce at second, and Lash at first. So Fisher steps in with another golden opportunity. Let's see if he cashes in again, as that one's going to be skied back and out of play quickly, 0-1. His first time up, he reached base on a hit by pitch. And then in the second inning, he got a single and then did the same here in the third. Ground ball here between a 5 and 6 hole. Going to be a tough play. And he's going to be out there at second base to end the inning. 6-4 put away for the third and final out. But holy cow, the Raiders getting it done right here in the bottom half of the third inning. Score 9 runs and lead it 15-0. Or, pardon me, they scored 11 runs. Where did I learn how to count? 11 runs here in the third inning, lead it 15-0. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we get back at it here, top of the fourth inning. We're going to have a pinch hitter, number 26, Jalen Helderbrand. Popped up, right side, and that's going to be fouling out of play. Pitch here from Luce. In there for a called strike. 0-2. Here's a pitch. Oh, wow. So that one missed. The 1-2 offering, that's going to sail high for ball 2. So the count now of 2 balls and 2 strikes. No, rather 3 balls and 2 strikes. Where have I been? And that's going to be a walk. That's the first walk of the day. That's the first base runner of the day here for Eastern Hancock. So it took a pinch hitter to get her done here for the Royals. Now Chase Stewart stepping in. So Helderbrand down at first. Chase Stewart out the plate. And that's going to miss outside there for a ball. So 1-0. So 1 ball and 1 strike here on Stewart following CJ Tatara. Luce will come to the set. And a 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Middle infield and double play depth. Here's the pitch. That's going to miss outside for ball 3. So Luce, a little rusty here, these first 2 batters. He hasn't been on the mound a while. Shot out there to left field, and that is going to be a fair ball. And it'll be safe at third. So I'll just go ahead and say it now because, as a broadcaster, you're not supposed to say certain things when, you have certain opportunities going on right here. And I'll speak about that here in just a second. But nonetheless here, perfect game, gone. No hitter, gone. Just like that. So you had the leadoff walk there to Helderbrand. And then the double there by Chase Stewart. So quickly 0-1 here on Tatara. I'll just go ahead and say this as well. At least he still has the shutout going. Now, obviously, that will probably backfire on me by saying that, potentially. At least that's usually the broadcasting jinx way. But Luce has pitched a heck of a game so far these first 3 innings. In a 4th inning, again, he was in the dugout for a good while. I mean, heck, that was probably close to about a 35 to 40-minute bottom half of the 3rd inning. So, when you have it pitched for a while, that's going to have a little bit of effect on things. There's Eastern Hancock will get their first run here on the board. That was 3 unassisted put out for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Hayden Rouse to the plate. So Hayden Rouse will now step in. So again, Helderbrand scored at the RBI there for Tatara. So 0-1. All right. So Rouse will head on down to first base after being hit by a pitch. So now you have runners on the corners. Still only 1 out now with Carson Borden at the plate. So Borden will step in. Again, runners on the corners, only 1 away. And that's going to be upstairs for a ball. And a update here this evening on the Wapahani Lady Raiders softball game going on against Eastern Hancock as well. The Lady Royals are beating your Lady Raiders 9-1 there in the 3rd. A quick update right there. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Luce will come to the set and the pitch. And again, will just missed up and out of the zone. So an even count here of a ball and a strike. Or 2 balls and 2 strikes, rather, sorry. Again, you have Stewart down at 3rd, Rouse at 1st. 1 away, and Borden will go down swinging right there for out number 2 here in the inning. And bring up the left fielder, Caleb Johnson. So 1-0 the count here. Again, Luce missing upstairs with that one. Still working pretty efficiently right here, though. I mean, after the first couple batters have reached, we did have that hit by pitch. Really, other than that, still working quick and getting ahead of his hitters. So an even count here of 1-1. Following Johnson will be the pitcher Austin Brown. Again, he came on in relief there in the third inning. One ball, one strike, and a pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. Luce gets a signs, the 1-2 pitch, and that will miss upstairs. So deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2-1. Luce will glance back at first. He'll come to the set, and the pitch. Ground ball, and that's going to get through the right side of the infield. So an RBI single right there for Johnson. Will give Eastern Hancock their second hit and second run here in the fourth. So now Austin Brown stepping in. So again, that was Chase Stewart scoring there on the play. And the RBI there for Caleb Johnson. You have Rouse now at second base. Brown again here at the plate, 1-0 the count. Going to have Johnson at first. Swung on and missed, now 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike two, and there will be no throw. So the wild pitch right there again got away there from the catcher. Advances both runners. Luce just a strike away from getting out of this inning. The 1-2 pitch. He's gone, pull the chainsaw, and that's going to do it here for the top half of the fourth inning. But the Royals do get a couple of runs here, 2 runs here on 2 hits, also no errors, and 2 left on. We head to the bottom half of the fourth. Again, it's Wapahani 15, Eastern Hancock 2. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here. Bottom half the fourth inning as Peyton Baker will lead things off here. And that's going to be popped up there to the second baseman, so quickly 1 out. So now we'll have Brock Zitgraff at the plate. So again, Zitgraff steps in. And he is technically hitting for Landon Weller. In there for a called strike. Quickly, nothing, and one here on Zitgraf. And a ground ball here to the third baseman off the glove and into left field. And now number 19, Brent Longfellow. And there to the third baseman. He'll throw down the first, and it won't be in time as that's going to be an infield single. And so now Camden Gibson at the plate. So Gibson will step in. So 1-0 the count. One ball, one strike. Again, 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom half of the fourth. So now, very favorable count right now if you're Gibson. 2-1. So now an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Following Gibson will be E-Step. The pitch from Brown gets him swinging for strike 3 for out number 2 here in the inning. So Clay E-Step will now step in. 2 on and 2 out. That pitch outside there for a ball. 1-0 the count. There on E-Step. He's been on base all 3 times. Fly ball there, shallow left field. The shortstop there to make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. But the Raiders do get a couple runners on there with a couple of hits. So nonetheless, we will head here to the top of the 5th inning. Again, it's Wapahani 15, Eastern Hancock 2 here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Got a new pitcher on the mound here for Wapahani. It'll be Daniel Blevins. Again, coming on in relief here for Nate Luce. Again, went 4 strong innings. So I want to know the count here on Fletcher. That's going to be low for ball 2. Blevins will come to the set. And 2-0 pitch. Fouled right back at us. Blevins gets a signs here from James. The 2-1 offering will be fouled back, and that's going to be out of play again. So an even count here of 2-2. Again, Nate Luce now playing second base. I will say I'm not sure who is out there playing left field right now. It's hard to see all the way out there. But I know we do have a new left fielder here. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And a payoff pitch. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Lash collects, throws down to first. And that's going to be out number 1 there with a 6-3 putout of Luke Fletcher. And now we're bringing up right fielder number 7, Wyatt Arnold, to the plate. So 1-0 the count here on Wyatt Arnold. Got 0 for 1 so far this evening. Grounded out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. It's going to be upstairs for ball 2. Here's a pitch. Low for ball 3. And so that's going to be a 4-pitch walk here to one Wyatt Arnold. And we'll head back to the top of the order, and that's going to be Jalen Helderbrand. Popped up behind home plate, and James will have a play, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Again, it's hard to get the camera view to catch that one. But again, 2 down now in the inning with Chase Stewart at the plate. Gonna miss slowing away. The throw down to second won't be in time. So a stolen base right there for Wyatt Arnold. And again, that base runner doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Wouldn't even pay any attention to him whatsoever. And time has been called here by stewards. So again, to count here, 1 ball, no strikes. The Raiders just an out away from getting win number 6 on the season here tonight. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the third base side. Foul. So an even count here of 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the 1-1. Low and away. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled right back here to the backstop. So an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 1 on. Eastern Hancock down to their last strike. Blevins taking a long look in there, gets what he likes. He'll come to the set. And a 2-2 pitch. That's going to be high and away. Again, full count here on Stewart. The payoff pitch. That's going to be high and inside for ball 4. So Tatara will stamp in. And a pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Again, Arnold still at second base, Stewart at first. Tatara 0 for 2 here on the day. That does have an RBI. And that's low for ball 2. And a fly ball down the right field line, and that is going to get foul. So the count here at 2 balls and 1 strike here on Tatara. Getting 1 out to go here for Wapahani. Good leads off of first and second here for the Royals. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Nice pitch there from Blevins. And so again, the Royals down to their last strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Blevins taking a long look in there. We'll come to the set. And we'll make sure to keep him honest out there at second. Payoff pitch. And that's going to be high and outside for ball 4. So Blevins has walked. The base is loaded. Arnold now at third. Stewart at second. And Tatara now at first. With Hayden Rouse now at the plate. So again, the main thing here, just like any other time throughout a baseball game or a softball game, you got to throw strikes. It's one thing I know Nate Luce did a very, very good job of through those first 4 frames. Here in the 5th, again, Blevins has had a little bit of trouble right here, but you've got 2 outs. You have 1 more out to get right here. Got to really bear down and get it done right here. So quickly 1-0 the count here on Rouse. Following him will be Carson Borden. Hopefully getting here for the Raiders' sake. We don't get that far. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball there in a shallow left field. He'll be over there and will make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the ball game here tonight, folks. So again, your final score, your Wapahani Raiders 15, the Eastern Hancock Royals 2. Again, we'll be back at it on Monday night right out here from beautiful Raider Field. Here is Wapahani will take on the Yorktown Tigers. That should be a great one coming up there on Monday night. We hope you all can tune in live right here on the WHS Network. Again, Wapahani final line score here, 15 runs here on 13 hits, as well as no errors and 6 runners left on base. So again, your winning pitcher this evening, one Nate Luce, again went 4 strong innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, and 1 walk there in the 4th inning. So a great win here tonight. Wapahani now improves to 6-4-1 on the season. Also 2-2 in the MEC conference. Again, like I said, they'll be back at it next Monday night. So, folks, again, we thank you all for tuning in here as your Wapahani Raiders on the smiling side of the scoreboard here this evening as they get 15 runs on 13 hits, no errors, 6 left on, 15-2, your final score here this evening. Again, until Monday night, again, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night from Raider Field.